repetitive, relative, that's, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring, repetitive, repetitive, relative, that's, refute, repetitive, 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 repetitive,
repetitive, repetitive,
repetitive, relative, that's, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring, revelations, revolving patience and respirations, the taking of inventory, any storylines change to hate, man, or mandatory, giving women bad names like patriarchy, the evil deceit that is story to interpret the adventures of humane treatment and minted, and can't stand it like beating up conundrums and mannequins, dummies, will fuck you over nothing and take nothing to fuck you over, sin, she shall insinuate, swallowed the pill to sin, she ate the plate, the rape, the rat, the bitter, the taste of the fate, the prenatal, the mothering of fatality, converts to confidence and confidentiality, infidel, tell no lie, no jury of not judging, and will crime without the budge, drop every anything she wrote. Repetitive, repetitive, relative, that's, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring, revelations, revolving patience and respirations, the taking of inventory, any storylines change to hate, man, or mandatory, giving women bad names like patriarchy, the evil deceit that is story to interpret the adventures of humane treatment and minted, and can't stand it like beating up conundrums and mannequins, dummies, will fuck you over nothing and take nothing to fuck you over, sin, she shall insinuate, swallowed the pill to sin, she ate the plate, the rape, the rat, the bitter, the taste of the fate, the prenatal, the mothering of fatality, converts to confidence and confidentiality, infidel, tell no lie, no jury of not judging, and will crime without budge. Drop every anything she broke, sorry with the grudge of how responses, deviations, alleviate the topic of conflict, textbook narcissist with a year of assistance and vengeance, that ego convincing your convicts to hell with fake halos, circle the hell's fates, gates, and hellos and echoes and ads for the taking of someone's advantage, secured inside by the thief and outlandish outlaws, the dial dove, recurrence and surrendering endeavor, mask, peace, to win Nobel, no belly, no heart, no regrets, no regards, the debt, what's left, what's right, to take what's left, that theft, that belief with no relief, grief, mischievous behavior, destroying of the savior of the favor, sported, sworn to be reprimanded by victims of circumstantial, evil spirals and tales, foes, that whole day holy talk, grist it and terror, leverage for the lessons who she says are known, common as ever, evictions of heaven castings, demoralizing mobility of living, too much time, taking advantage of anything that was out for the grabbing, and for the asking and not to be protected, secured. Besides a smile, and I would never do something such as that. Repetitive, relative, that's, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring, revelations, revolving patience and respirations, the taking of inventory, any storylines change to hate, man, or mandatory, giving women bad names like patriarchy, the evil deceit that is story to interpret the adventures of humane treatment and minted, and can't stand it like beating up conundrums and mannequins, dummies.
Then the sun is risen from the lack of vision and blindness to refuse to repentance and acknowledgement of mental challenges and chances to be given with the fools of forgiveness who have not lot to forgive, but a lot not to give.
Then the sun is risen from the lack of vision and blindness to refuse to repentance and acknowledgement of mental challenges and chances to be given with the fools of forgiveness who have not lot to forgive, but a lot not to give at all, but do it to the good Christians in the Christ crucifixion. They break nothing to rest and pence for peace of vengeance and vice grip the balls of Christ hips, the hypocrites and the correct, serious and cryptics, and the time taken to the cop, the clock, the page, the plagiarism and conducted conditions and condemning the segregate victims and behind gates, aggravated to the Lucifer's and lust, the dark illuminations of the Illuminatis illuminate, stagnation of progress, protest, infested, idle victims and victims, airways and sinner, sensitive, syndication that dictate the sacred heart too vigorously, arouse, meet, invade, invasions, impressions, imprint, ignorance, and audacious and pre-masquerades to pay in day, mask, and they're praying and making salat them, she robs the blind of eyes, deceit. And then the sun is risen from the lack of vision and blindness to refuse the repentance and acknowledgement of mental challenges and chances to be given with the fools of forgiveness who have not lot to forgive, but a lot not to give at all, but do it to the good Christians in Christ crucifixion. They break nothing to rest and pence for peace of vengeance and vice grip the balls of Christ's hips, the hypocrites and the correct, serious and cryptics, and the time taken to cop, the clock, the page, the plagiarism and conducted conditions and condemning the surrogate victims and behind gates. Aggravated to the lucid, the Lucifers who lust, dark illuminations of Illuminati's illuminate, stagnation in progress, protest, infested, battle victims and vindictive, airways and sensitive, syndication, that dictate the sacred heart too vigorously, arouse, meet, invade, invasions, impressions, imprint, ignorance, and audacious and free, masquerades to pay day, mask, and they're praying and making Salat dim, she robs the blind of eyes to see. Considered out of the luck and not come back to talk about ever seen the ass moments of race, the emblem of demons and demolitions, and why this gun shoot the first shot at the shogun the gumption. Unknown to immemorate, ballots and equators are not even eventualities, or in shadows hiding behind the light. Litigation and react, the wrong, literacy, contemporary, and tyrannical. Of course, that's the most important to be reprimanded by shit. A fragrant, fragile, innocent bystanders. Standing by her sacred confidence to confide what's hidden, given to you as punishment and unintended consequences for the idiots. By the wicked. It doesn't matter. It could be repetitive, relative. Any relations that refute, reluctant, rehearse, reoccurring revelations of revolving the patience and respirations taken to inventory and storylines and change to the hate man mandatory to giving woman bad names like patriarchy, the evil deceit that his story. Interpret the Avengers and inhumane treatment and mint it and can't stand it, like beating up conundrums and mannequins and dummies will fuck you over for nothing that takes nothing to fuck you over in sin. Shall she insinuate, swallowed the pill to sin, she ate the plate, the rape, the rat that bitter taste of the fate, the prenatal mother. Fatalities and comforts to confidence and confidentiality and infidels. Tell no lie and no intel and generally hospital. Honestly, justifications, intelligence, and co-fence. The jury not to judge in your crime without budge and drop to every anything that she broke and sorry. With the grudge of high response and the response is deviation and alleviate the topic of conflict. Textbook narcissists. Years of assistance and vengeance and ego, convincing convicts to hell with the fake halos. Circle the hell's fate gates, hellos and echoes. Ask for the taking of someone's advantage. Secured inside by their thief and outlandish laws. The doubt with occurrence. Surrendering of endeavor, mask, peace, Dwayne Noble. Prizes, no belly, no heart, no regrets, no regards or debt. At the levels left to take what's left, and that's belief and no belief. Mischievous behavior, destroying a savior, your favorite, the favorite. Sworn to be reprimanded by victims and circumstantial. Evil spirals of hell, hoes. And has all the whole day, holy talk and grits, the integral leverage for lessons she says I know. Commonest ever eviction, heaven cast, demoralizing mobility of given too many chances. Now mad as ever. Taking the one sorrow to borrow what can be swallowed. Rehearsing the sacred curse of living to be the worst, to be better, and the gambling in bed. The alpha that she hated. An alphabet to listen to, nothing of significance and instant. Gratification with the gratitude. No intention of billboards. Shit with the attitude accused and alterated. Peace to those who have been infested. Me. To give and to receive. The tree, the breath, the right, the wrong, the emergent out of the victim, the hero, the abuser, the accuser, the power, the verse, the student, the teacher, the who's speaking, listening to the beginner, the ending, the physical and spiritual, and black to the white, love to the hate, to the strength, to the weakness, and rich and poor. Every product that wasn't served, there's been a family of illusions. Who brighten the left stand, the number, the lose, the winner, the inner, the outer, the earth, the human, the food, the appetite, the love, the fight, the wrongs, and left, right. You can be the thoughts, the brain, deceiving world, and your love, mine, now, as above. Book, the reader, the principal, the teacher, the player. So who cheer? You're not. To think, put your feet on the ground. So you have something in common with the paper, the ink, the reader, the thoughts you see, the feet. It's a hot mountain that you only leave me on top of the mountain where the pressure comes. And you're only left, that's right. Me, the thoughts and brain to see the wealth in your eyes and the bubble. Listen. You're mine. Losing. And then the sun is risen from the lack of vision, the blindness to refuse the repentance and acknowledgement of mental challenges and chances to be given. The fools and forgivers who have not lot to forgive, but we're lot not to give it all, but do it to the good Christians in the Christ. Crucifixion, they're breaking nothing to rest. Then the sun is risen from the lack of vision, the blindness to refuse the repentance and acknowledgement of mental challenges and chances to be given. The fools and forgivers who have not lot to forgive, but we're lot not to give it all, but do it to the good Christians in the Christ. Crucifixion, they breaking nothing to rest in peace, but peace of vengeance and vice grips the balls of Christ gives the hypocrites and the correct, curious and cryptics, and the time ticking the clock, the page, the plagiarism and conducted conditions and the surrogate victims and behind gates. Aggravated to the lucid, the Lucifers and lust, dark illumination, stagnation, the progress, protest, infested, battle victims and vindictive. Airways and sensitive, syndication, dictate the sacred heart to vigorously, arouse, invade, invasions, impressions, imprint, ignorance, and audacious and free, masquerades, mask, they're praying to make you Salat dim, she robs the blind of eyes to see. Considered out of the luck and not come back to talk about ever seen the ass moments of race, and demolitions, why this gun shoot the first shot at the shogun the gumption. Unknown to immemorate, ballots and equators are not even eventualities, or in shadows hiding behind the light. Litigation, react, the wrong, literacy, contemporary, and tyrannical. Of course, it's the most important to be reprimanded by shit. A fragrant, fragile, innocent bystander. Standing by her sacred confidence, by what's hidden, given to you as punishment and unintended consequences for the idiots. revolving the patience and respiration, taking the storylines and change to the hate man mandatory to give a woman bad name like patriarchy, evil deceit that history, integrity, diviners, and inhumane treatment, and mental, you can't stand it, like beating up conundrums and mannequins and devils, fuck you over for nothing, it takes nothing to fuck you over in sin. Said, she insinuated, swallowed the pill to sin, she ate the plate of fate, the rack that bitter taste of the fate that prenatal mother. Fatalities and comforts to confidence and confidence, reality and confidence, care no lie, intel and general and hospital. Honestly, justifications, intelligence, and co-defense, the jury, not the judge, and the crime without blood to rock every individual she broke and solved. With the grudge of how response, and the response is deviation and alleviate the topic of conflict. Textbook narcissist, years of assistance and vengeance and ego, convincing convicts to hell with the big halos. Circle the hell's fate's gates, hellos and echoes, ask for the taking of someone's advantage, secured inside by their thief and outlandish laws. Doubt with their currents, serenity, endeavor, mask, peace, Dwayne Noble. Prizes, no belly, no heart, no regrets, no regard to death. I deliver select to take what's left, and that's relief and no relief, grief. Mischievous behavior destroying the savior, the favorite, swore and sworn to be reprimanded by victims and circumstantial. Evil spirals of hell, blows. Enhance all the whole day, holy talking, rich, integral, leverage, lesson, she says I know. Commonest ever eviction, heaven cast, demoralizing mobility of given too many chances. Now I'm mad as ever. You take it. Take you one sorrow to borrow what cannot be swallowed, hollow hearts, and chastising a peace to those who have confessed it, destiny with this, regards of the pain, the suffering, the endure for the love to be used, and knew it all along to be sad as song. Waiting to commit the acts, to actualization, deviation to all, not to alleviating the fucks not given for the forgiven. So you can forget the split second, correcting your position in math, taking advantage of the forgiveness of self-hate, not self-love to ride the wave, but persevere severe. You persevere with the envy. I'm still current, observations of old, sure, nearly the cost, without you to give it to others who wouldn't win. The promises they kept to loss, the truly disgust, the disregard, points to disappointed and annoyed. But what if actually the faith of the spirit? I bet a silent with the sun, seen, unsure, the severed hope for morals, before me to see the like of morality, the neurals, big picture, the thirst to be. Words to get the breath, and a little bit. I use the alpha, I bet, to listen to nothing to see, the application of no alteration, all rates, no inclusive suspect that. Aspect of the aspect, expect the most and reciprocate the neglect to be called or now that devil advocate. Pronoun, situations of the prenup that went to weren't nothing to do with it all, nothing involved in this election. What do we have here? Love or something taking you next to nowhere? Nothing exactly to believe in. The sun that is risen, lack of division. Blindness to refuse repentance, and acknowledgement mental challenges and chances are given to make fools and forgivers who don't have to. Lot to forgive with, but do it with the Christians and good Christians in the Christ crucifix to break it nothing and rest in peace to me. These vice grips to the cause of Christ's hips to hypocrites. These critics and criteria and critique the time taking to copy plagues like plagiarism and conducted conditions and condemning your certificate to behind gates of like the lust to dark illustrations of Illuminati's and illumination and stagnation. That progressively protest and invested in Bible victims and vindictive from airways of vigorously arousing motivations and impressions and imprint the ignorance and audacious to this masquerades and playing the mask, making so loud when she robbed and blind, and making deceit and considered out of luck. Out to comment to talk about embarrassing the ass, racing the emperor demons and demolitions with this gun to shoot. The first shot of the shogun gumptions and unknown to enumerate the balance and equators of the night, the eventualities, and are in the shadows hiding behind the light litigations. And we ain't wrong in literacy and terrorism, tyranny. But of course, the most important to be remanded by shift of fragrant, fragile, innocent bystanders who stagger by sacred confidence to confide in what's hidden, given to you as punishment as an unintended consequence for the idiots or the wicked. All this is just the repetitive relative, the reluctant rehearse, the occurring revelations of evolving patience and respiration, taking the inventory of the storyline change transmission. Same special relative to critics. Reliable, able, absurdity.
one side with the bar, but cannot be. Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. The chest giving a peace to those who have accepted the rest of the taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. The chest giving a peace to those who have accepted the rest of the regards to the pain to suffer and endure for the rest of you who knew it all along to be status on. Leaving you conditioned to the actualization of deviation to all, not alleviating the bucks not given for the forgiven. So you can forget a split second of reckoning the position of the mass and taking advantage of the predictions for self-hate, not self-love to rise away, but persevere severe. Persevere with dignity. Not observations of the cost of value to give it another to what you went. Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. And chest giving a peace to those who have invested in the gifts. Regards to the pain and suffering endure for the love to use and knew it all along to be status on. Waiting to predicting the actualization of deviation to all, not to alleviating the bucks not given for the forgiven. Forget the split second of reckoning the position of man, taking advantage of the forgiveness for self-hate, not self-love to rise away, but persevere severe. Persevere with dignity. Obstacle currents and observations of hold sure, hold nearly the cost of value to give it to others who would promises and kept the loss. Should have discussed the disregard point to disappointed and anointed. But what back to the fake, the spirit. Silent and concerned, theme, unsure, separate hope for morals. For me to see the like of morality in murals, thick picture the thirst, bit worse to get a bet, have a little bet. I use the outlet. I bet still listen to nothing but stick gratification and no alteration, all rates, no inclusive suspect that. Aspect is aspect, expect emotion, reciprocate and neglect to be called nigga. Or now that bro, devil advocate, thrown out.
Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. The chest giving a peace to those who have infested the justice. Remember this, regards to the pain. Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. The chest giving a peace to those. Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Taking the one side with the bar, but cannot be swallowed. Hollow hearts. The chest giving a peace to those who have infested the justice. Remember this, regards to the pain, suffering, endure for the rest of you. Knew it all along to be sad as song. Weeping you convicted me to the actualization of deviation to all, not to alleviating the bucks not given for the forgiven. So you can forget the split second of reckoning the position of the mass and taking advantage of the forgiveness and for self-hate, not self-love to ride the way, but persevere severe. To persevere with the ending. Obstacle currents and observations of old sure.
Hell no liar. No jury of not judging. You will crime without the budge. Drop every anything she wrote.
Repetitive. Repetitive. Relative fact, rehearsed, reoccurring. Revelations involving patience and respiration. The taking of inventory. Any storylines changed to hate. Man. Or mandatory. Giving women bad names like patriarchy. People to see that as story to interpret. Cast in light. Video for numbers and well, fuck you. Nothing can take nothing to fuck you. Same. She showed me singing. Swallowed the pill the same. She ate the plate. The rape, the rat, the bitter, the taste of the bait. The prenatal, the mother, the fatality. The converse, the confidence and confidentiality. Fidel, hell no liar. No jury or not jury. You will crime without the budge. Drop every anything she broke sorry with the grudge. How responses, deviations, alleviate the topic of conflict. Textbook narcissist with the year of resistance and vengeance. That ego convincing and convicts to hell with fake halos. Circle the hell's fates, gates, hellos, and echoes, and ass for the taking of someone's advantage. Secured inside by the thief and outlandish outlaws. The doubt of occurrence and surrender endeavor. Mask, peace. To win no bell, no belly, no heart, no regrets, regards. The debt, what's left, what's right, to take what's left. That theft, that belief with no relief. Grief, the mischievous because the children the savior of a favor. Sported, sworn to be reprimanded by victims of circumstantial. Evil spirals of hell, hoes. That whole day holy part, risk and integrity. Leverage for the lessons that she says I know. Common as ever, visions of heavy casting and polarizing ability. Too much time. Taking advantage of that was out for the grabbing, for the asking and not to be protected, secure. Besides a smile, open up to do something, such as that.
Repetitive. Relative facts, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring. Revelations involving patience and respiration. The taking of inventory. Any storylines changed to hate. Man. Or mandatory. Giving women bad names like patriarchy. The evil deceit that is story to interpret the intentions of humane treatment and mental. You can't stand it like beating your conundrums and mannequins. Dummies. Repetitive. Relative facts, refute, reluctant, rehearsed, reoccurring.
Repetitive.
Repetitive. Relative facts, refute. Repetitive. Repetitive.
Repetitive.
Repetitive.
Repetitive.